What we know for certain is that, as human beings, we exist here on Earth alongside our animal cousins, within a physical universe so vast that it transcends human comprehension. Unlike other creatures, humans possess the unique ability to reflect deeply on their existence, experience spiritual phenomena, and even claim divinity. For instance, some individuals born of women assert that they originate from God, and we can accept that. Throughout history, holy figures have received divine revelations and performed miracles, supernatural abilities. This is all part of our reality. In this context, we can identify three key aspects of existence: ordinary human beings, holy human beings, and the physical universe. Humanity, encompassing both ordinary and holy individuals, is an intrinsic part of the physical universe, and scientists are rightly dedicated to exploring its mysteries and origins. This quest for understanding is vital, bridging the tangible and intangible. Spiritual experiences, while profound, do not elevate holy human beings beyond their biological classification. They remain part of humanity and are, scientifically speaking, Homo sapiens, bound by the same physical and biological principles as all human beings. While spiritual experiences can inspire awe and reverence, they are not immune to the complexities of human perception. Hallucinations, misinterpretations, and cognitive biases can lead individuals to claim events that deviate from reality. Moreover, the process of communication, whether verbal or written, is inherently prone to errors. Misheard words, mistranslations, or miscommunications can distort the original message, and written accounts are often susceptible to inaccuracies over time. These factors underscore the importance of critical examination and evidence-based understanding of extraordinary claims. The disagreement among religions regarding whether we are merely human beings, gods, or God-men arises from the inherent limitations of language, which struggles to express the depth of spiritual experiences and concepts. Terms such as divinity, humanity, miracles, and enlightenment remain fluid and open to interpretation, often leading to differing views. At the heart of these disagreements lies humanity's evolving understanding of spiritual potential. In truth, we possess the ability to transcend ordinary existence, merge with the divine or the absolute, and achieve a heightened state of being, emerging as God-men or siddhas. Figures like Jesus or Krishna should be viewed through this lens, as individuals who actualize this potential, rather than as God simply taking on human form. While there are many God-men, God remains one, omnipresent and all-encompassing. This omnipresence signifies that God resides within each of us, endowing us with the innate potential to achieve divine union. As human beings, we are not here to follow those who claim divinity. We possess the capacity for spiritual realization and connection with the divine ourselves. Figures from the Abrahamic religious texts, such as Jesus and Yahweh, must be understood through this lens. They were human first, regardless of any divine claims. Unfortunately, both Christianity and Islam have overlooked the profound spiritual potential inherent in humanity, reducing it to doctrines that focus on external divine authority rather than the inner path to realization. This has led to centuries of misunderstanding, confusion, and a failure to fully understand our true nature and the transformative potential within us all. Let me clarify what I mean by God. Neither the Bible nor the Quran defines God. God is formless, nameless, infinite, eternal, omnipresent, omnipotent, and omniscient, sustaining all that exists. The physical universe originates from God and endlessly returns in a cyclical process, without beginning or end, governed solely by its inherent nature, a ceaseless expression of divine rhythm and the eternal essence of existence. Everything physical exists within God, as God is all-encompassing and omnipresent. The concept of God taking on a human form and descending to earth is a misunderstanding of God's true nature. God does not act in contradiction to God's inherent nature. Therefore, the figures foretold in Christianity and Islam as arriving during the last days, an event believed to have been imminent in the 1st century, cannot be God, for God is already present everywhere, in all things, at all times. The claim that if God can do anything, God can take the form of a man is fictional and does not reflect reality. It relies on wordplay rather than meaningful logic. If God is truly all-powerful, does this mean God can create a stone so heavy that even God cannot lift it? The answer is no. Similarly, can God create another God or die? Again, no. These are not limitations of power, but rather reflections of God's unchanging and coherent nature. Every word in the Bible and the Quran was written or spoken by humans. Claiming divinity does not elevate a person beyond their humanity. While such individuals may be regarded as holy, they remain, from a scientific perspective, Homo sapiens. God does not directly intervene in human affairs, rather, it is through the God-men that such intervention is made manifest. However, even these figures have limitations in what they can accomplish on their own. Ultimately, the responsibility for improving the living condition on planet Earth and alleviating the suffering of humanity rests with all of us. The absence of such vital teachings in Abrahamic religious texts, such as the Bible and the Quran, suggests these writings fall short of true divine revelation. While certain verses may offer wisdom, they often echo common sense rather than impart supernatural guidance, revealing their human origin rather than divine authenticity. The Bible doesn't describe what God is, instead, it refers to Elyon, Elohim, Yahweh, and the Father of Jesus. These figures are not God in the ultimate sense, they were men, Homo sapiens, in scientific terms. Jesus himself was unmistakably a Jewish holy man. He was born of a woman, experienced human suffering, and ultimately died like any other man. Whatever claims he or others made about him are secondary to this reality. If we assume he genuinely performed miracles, this would suggest he was a human being merged with God, a potential that exists within all of humanity. There is no evidence that Allah has ever performed miracles, rather, the Quran recounts stories of miracles from the Old Testament and New Testament, substituting Allah for Elohim/Yahweh and Jesus. Allah doesn't have the attributes of God, only that of the God of Christianity and Judaism. The God of Christianity and Judaism actually refers to Jewish/Israelite men who, when the texts are interpreted based on their original meanings, did not claim divinity. However, over time, theologians reinterpreted these texts as if they had. In reality, these individuals never claimed to be God. They were flat earthers and did not even know the earth was a sphere. This distinction emphasizes that these individuals are not God, as none exhibited the defining characteristics of divinity, such as infiniteness, omnipresence, or formlessness. At best, they might be described as God-men, though even this designation would be inappropriate for Yahweh, who fails to meet the standards of a virtuous human being. The author of the Quran attributes numerous human traits to Allah. According to the Quran, Allah possesses various attributes, including forgetfulness, gentleness, mercy, forgiveness, punishment, strength, power, hearing, seeing, graciousness, knowledge, wisdom, clemency, cursing, vengefulness, severity and retribution, kindness, honor, appreciation, wealth, anger, relentlessness, expertise, forbearance, the ability to drag a human being by the forelock, acceptance of repentance, preferences, acts of favor, writing, deception, and more. All these characteristics are merely human attributes, not reflective of God's nature, as God transcends these human traits. Quran 23:91 states, "Nor was there any God with him. Had there been so, every God would have taken away what he created, and each one of them would have been aggressive against the other." Note the phrase, aggressive against the other. In Quran 6-101, it is stated that Allah cannot have a son without a consort. Likewise, Quran 21:17 declares, "Had we intended to take a diversion, we could have taken it from, what is, with us, if indeed we were to do so." Furthermore, Quran 39:4 states, "If Allah had intended to take a son, he could have chosen from what he creates, whatever he wills." Finally, Quran 11:56 mentions, "Indeed, my Lord is on a straight path," similar to the way Muslims strive to follow a straight path. Such descriptions, having a son, taking a diversion, or walking a straight path, are characteristics of human beings, not of God. One cannot talk about God in this manner. Allah is described as having two right hands, Sunan and Nasai 5379, and a shin that will be revealed in the future, Quran 68:42. He is said to possess a throne, Quran 20:5, and to pray for the Prophet, Surah 33:56. It is narrated, the first person with whom Allah will shake hands will be Umar, Ubay bin Ka'b. Additionally, Allah is reported to have created Adam in his complete form, directly, at a height of 60 cubits, approximately 30 meters, Sahih Bukhari 8.74.246. On the last day, he is described as entering creation/world to gather people, then proceeding to separate, judge, and punish them, consigning some to physical hellfire. Therefore, we are dealing with a finite, physical, personal, and humanoid being. When you encounter a bird that walks, swims, and quacks like a duck, you can reasonably conclude it's a duck. Likewise, when you observe that your God, Son of God, or Prophet exhibits human traits, such as limps, and sleeps, walks, talks, eats, and preaches like a human, it becomes clear that they are a human being, not God.
We've known each other many years, but this is the first time you ever came to me for counsel and for help. I can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee. But let's be frank, you never wanted my friendship. You didn't need a friend like me. But now you come to me and you say, Don Corleone, give me justice. But you don't ask with respect. You don't offer friendship. You don't even think to call me Godfather.
How much shall I pay you?
Buonasera. Buonasera. What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully? If you'd come to me in friendship, then the scum that ruined your daughter would be suffering this very day. And if by chance an honest man like yourself should make enemies, then he would become my enemies. And then they would fear you.
Are you my friend? Godfather?
Good. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. But until that day, accept this justice as a gift of my...
This was never about money for us. It was about us against the system. That system that kills the human spirit. We stand for something. To those dead souls inching along the freeways in their metal coffins, we show them that the human spirit is still alive.